went shopping and she's like, I gotta get another handle of vodka. I go, we ain't drinking today. She goes, it's Friday. I go, Jesus Christ. Okay, tell me when we're on. Last week, I think we're on a little bit too long in the beginning.
We're on.
Thank you.
When it says on your screen that it's being live streamed, that means it's being live streamed.
Oh.
No pressure. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to. You could
Do
hang out
what?
right now. Honestly, if that's how you felt, like you were,
What?
how you felt about it, you could do it. It
Do
wouldn't be
what?
offensive.
We're all infected. All infected with something. Yeah, music is starting to roll here. I mean, it always
Talk more about that after the show, okay? Seriously, about next weekend. We'll talk more about it later, okay?
It's next weekend already. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's really pushing it.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, it's next Thursday you'd be taking off. So
Well, I'm not working. Are you taking the dog? Are you
I'm going through Thursday.
Are you taking Scooby?
No.
Really?
And I think dog would be okay, but I'm just gonna not have the dog with me. We'll talk about that after the show. But right now, folks, it's Friday, April 28th, 6 o'clock, which is 4 o'clock West Coast time. 4 o'clock West Coast time in the Phil and Jon Zone. I gotta send the link out real quick. And our guest here in a little bit is gonna come in and do 5 records with us.
Who's our guest? Jeffrey?
Eric Carpenter. He's a shithead from The Wire, and yeah, he's somebody we met through Todd, and it's somebody who Jeffrey had kind of had spoken up about. So
God who?
Jeffrey Todd Schneider.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, there we go again.
He's not real. Birds aren't real.
There we go with the Todd stuff again. Yeah.
Friday, April 28th, folks. We're on Western time zone tonight.
Thank you for the albums, Band of Heathens and Vince Herman.
Oh, you got them. Yeah, that's right, because you got the check, so you got the records too. That's cool.
Yep, and
Happy Friday, folks.
That went clearly. Everything's fine with all that.
Good. Welcome to the zone. Yeah, I put mine in yesterday, so whether we're both.
Yeah, my goal after the show.
Mansion Hotel. We are sponsored by the Riverview Mansion Hotel. We'll start that off by saying it's the Riverview Mansion Hotel presents the Phil and Jon Zone Show 152.
We plan on going down there. Did you bring an animal, or is it just you?
When I went to this house?
Yeah.
No, I didn't bring an animal that time either. It was just me and Amy doing like a honeymoon kind of trip where we went out to the woods. Like we played in the Shawnee. So you go down there basically and you stay at the Riverview Mansion Hotel, and then you go from there. It's like 15 minutes into the forest, and you're at the Garden of the Gods and the rocks and the trails and the waterfalls and the springs and things like that.
Yeah, I've been gardening a lot.
Have you?
Yep. Which is so beautiful thing. Building, creating, repainting. I planted kale and lettuce and spinach and leeks already. I have all the herbs that are already up.
You're supposed to fix leaks.
Funny.
Phil and Jon Zone. We're all about the humor, the jokes here tonight, folks. Friday night. Beautiful day in the world.
Yeah, it's sunny out, but it's cool here, but it's fine. Yeah, just a lot of planting and redoing. What else was I had something important to say?
Yeah, you're gonna have questions.
Oh, tonight is also a special occasion.
First day of announcement for Shoe Fest.
Yes, they sure did. Those old Wood brothers. That's one of them. Who else is on there, Phil?
0, 0, 0.
Did you look at it?
Yeah. What would be different? We have Henhouse Prowlers. We have Armchair Boogie. We have Alabaster.
First year for Armchair Boogie.
Yeah.
First year for Armchair Boogie. I'm looking it up right now too because I want to see it again.
Yeah, I'm thinking off the head because I just read earlier. We have Wheels Incorporated.
The Oliver Wood Trio. Ali Crawl is the artist in large. Krasno. I've never heard of Krasno or More Project. M-O-O.
Yeah, the first two. Matt read it, talked about it a little bit.
So we're gonna have some new music we've never heard. Mr. Blotto, the Dead Horses. Jake Willis, Carrie Sue and the Woodburners. Alabaster, John Till, Civil Engineers, Wheels North, Mr. Day Music, and more. Chicago Farmer and the Field Notes. That's kind of a given. They knew we were. That's kind of spoiler alert, Chicago Farmer's going to play. Well, I mean, we love it, Cody. Don't ever stop playing.
Right.
But we knew we'd hoped you'd be there. If you weren't there, we would be worried about Shoe Fest in general and just the people involved with Shoe Fest. If for some reason all of a sudden Cody doesn't get booked for something, it's kind of a big deal. I'm just saying. He's kind of a big deal. Would you agree?
Never. Yeah, been to all the shoe fests. It's a beautiful thing, and another one coming up, and it just smiled.
So Jeffrey Blackman, hope you don't mind. We used your image for the opening shot tonight. He's watching out there. Our good buddy Jeffrey Blackman with the Kool-Aid Man in his eyes.
Who says he's our good buddy? We really haven't met him. He could be a artificial intelligence robot.
He is into IT and stuff. I think he might be. He could be plugged in. He could be plugged in. Yeah.
He's been
There's
plugged
truth
in
to
a
that.
few times. I've noticed when he's in the shop, he's plugged in all right.
Yeah. So we appreciate anybody out there who's watching and where you saw it at and how you saw it and who you are.
I have an art show Sunday in Batavia, Illinois, right behind Kiss the Sky Record Store. It's a craft show. Come and check me out. It's Sunday from 11 to 2. Right behind Kiss the Sky. You'll see a bunch of cars there. Be there Sunday.
11 to 2. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of hours. That's not actually a lot of hours compared to what
No, it's not at all. It's 3 hours.
That's pretty cool. And you said you had some really nice stuff, some a lot of mushroom stuff and gardening.
Yeah, I got a lot of.
I talk about the gardening puns, folks. I mean,
I could talk about gardening forever. I wish I could make it. I just when I'm out there and it's a beautiful thing. And
so it's Friday night, I guess. I got no plans this weekend. We were just taking it easy this weekend since I'll be gone next weekend. So we're actually Amy's
we
working.
go next weekend.
And next weekend, going to Sugar Creek Family Jam in Vienna, Illinois, or Vienna, if you're from there, I think they say. And going to see Rumpke Mountain Boys and a whole bunch of other music. Yowler, a whole bunch of different bands I've cut some out before, some new bands. Kind of like the Shoe Fest lineup. You get a little mixture of bands you know and bands you've never heard of. And sometimes the bands you never heard of.
I need a helicopter airplane to get there. That's so far if I had to go.
How many is it? Is it 5 hours or 4 hours?
Yep.
It's 5 hours, huh? It's 2.5 for me. So
Well,
it's 5 for
I
you.
thought it
You
was
come straight
closer.
down
It was
57.
Yeah, for you. The gas prices.
Straight down
have gone up.
57.
Yeah. Gas was up there. We got this. Yeah, we're saving $0.25 per gallon on gas at one gas station because it just opened up and special deal. Delta Sonic.
Yeah, I
Which
don't want to talk about how it's
It's
far.
$3.78 here.
Dang it, why is it so far? That sucks. If you take the train, just carry all your art in your hands.
Hell, if I just brought albums, I don't need nothing. I can bring 100 albums in a suitcase.
Right.
But the weight of that, one suitcase holds a lot.
Yeah, they would definitely be questioning your what you were doing. Yeah. I think no, I don't know. I wish you'd be there. I know it's far away. Me and Omar are going to be down there together. He's the only other cat that I know down there this
You
year.
never know. We'll see.
If you decide to, just let me know. We will set it up. We'll make it happen. It's
No, I'm not gonna let you know. I'm just gonna show up. Good job. What's going on, dude?
that's fine too. Pardon me. I was reading my favorite new prescription magazine I get here. It's a Boomer's Trip on Festy Life.
Oh,
Got a
cool.
portable mushroom that goes to and this was from 22. It's just a little bit old, but mushroom that goes to the festival. Is this it? This cartoon segment of our show.
About 8 or 9. Yeah, I got them up there.
I got it. It will be dangerous.
White Sox suck.
Don't do it, Boomer. I'm out, bitches. Check out the detail on that. Yeah. It's our good friend,
Unbelievable. Yeah, I know.
Marty. He's incredible.
Incredible. I always say put on bigger stuff, but that's just...
On the Scorch to the human existential mind. And then you know what? If you want to see the rest of the story, you have to wait until we're at the end of the show. So to be continued. This will be the intermission between here. Hey, Jules, how you doing out there, Jules Dunlop? I almost got a hold of you today because we have a guest coming in to do 5 records.
I was just me and Laura were talking about her.
Jules is ready to do 5 records too. We could bring her in as well. We could have 5 records.
Great photography that she does. Bunch of cool stuff. She actually had me a week ago. Hi, Jules.
I'm asking her if she wants to be part of it too, because we had Jules and Eric Carpenter coming. So we're having our buddy Eric Carpenter come in. I think he's from Seattle area. We talked to him briefly on the show last week.
Seattle, the
5 records
Kraken.
with us. So we'll put that on the map. Slap that on the map if you're at home paying attention. Nice record in the background. Look at this little record right here. Joe Strimmer.
Where'd you get that?
I stole it off a guy at our show.
Hey, man, that's jackass.
Hotel art show. So anyway, I asked Jules. Let's see what she says. Oh, she says she's there. I'm just gonna send her the link. So she's been in there before.
Hey, Scoop.
So maybe we'll have a double guest tonight for in a few minutes here. Not quite yet. We got to milk it a little bit. We got to kind of finish out the weather segment. The weather was beautiful here today. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
Nice
it's
enough
pretty
to-
decent here. Overcast but sunny, but yeah, not bad. I ain't no complaints. No complaints.
I cleaned the
Actually,
truck
had
out, put a bunch of
had
stuff in it.
water the last couple days. Stuff that's my
Stanky zone.
what?
Jules says, "Hey." So yeah. Well, so we'll go a few more minutes here, and then we'll bring those guys in the room. And before we usually do four records, and 420 hits right in the middle, and then we
How
forget
many records?
what
4
to do.
records?
4. You got any records, Phil?
Yes, I went through a ton in the garage. All the ones I cannot use, which is a lot of weight. I had about 11 milk crates and I had the idea what to do. And I happened to put them out one garbage day. And the garbage man picked them all up for free.
He took them to collect them, didn't he? Or to go through them? He
What?
didn't throw them away. Did he throw them away?
No, he's a collector.
Okay,
He put
good,
it
good. That
in-
scared me because I
he
thought you
put
said he
it
picked them
all,
up.
he
to take 'em.
says, throw it in the dumpster. He had a clean dumpster thing for his garbage can. And he lives 2 blocks away. I saw him. He just dumped them all in his front yard. Then him and his buddy came over because there's a lot of gospel albums. And he goes, "You got any more? We'll take them." So
Oh, my
actually, I
goodness.
have free garbage pickup, whether it be furniture stuff you have to pay for. Bag leaves. I'm buddies with the garbage guys. They love the albums.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
It's a
great.
beautiful thing. Beautiful.
It is a beautiful thing. Cheers to beautiful things.
Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing to help people. It's just a beautiful thing.
So I suppose we should just start letting these guys in the room. We already have somebody in the waiting room.
We have a waiting room. What color is the waiting room?
It's not green. Well, it is green. It's the green room. We'll let you in just a minute. Let's make sure we're have everything ready to go and get ourselves prepared to count to 5, because a count to 5 sometimes, folks, you'd be surprised how hard it can be to count to 5. Whenever you're taking turns counting to 5, and then you got to remember whose turn it is plus what number you're on. So this whole program that we're doing is an exercise for Phil and I, so that we can work on our brains. We count to 5 at the beginning of the show, and we do the alphabet at the end of the show. So if you're just tuning in, this is the Phil and Jon Zone, week 152.
We started off as I really needed counseling and help, and I didn't have funds to go to counseling or see a psychiatrist. So this is what happened. I'm talking to John, and then sometimes there's people watching, and sometimes
it makes us feel better. Sometimes it makes us feel worse.
pretty much worse.
It's like
by the
real
end of the
counseling.
show. And then that's why I never watched the show afterwards, because I had a few times I go, "Really, Phil? Really?"
That's
I've
kind of
had
how it goes.
relatives and friends go, especially relatives who are a little bit more straight-laced, go, fill up. And you shouldn't swear, you shouldn't smoke.
No, we're radio personalities now, or TV personalities, whatever we are. We're Facebook heroes, I guess. Whatever, however it looks out to people. Some people look up to us. I'm surprised. I haven't seen Chris Johnston in chat yet. He was really looking forward to the show. I told him we'd have one.
Some people look up to us. Most people.
Hopefully, we'll see
look-
Chris
I really
Johnston
don't
in the audience here pretty soon. I did bump into him at the grocery store last week. Me and Amy went to the grocery store, and he came out, and he's like, "Hey," he was looking out of his truck window, and we had a little nice conversation about him and his brother and his life and what's going on.
care. Yeah, Chris.
The people that you meet when you're walking down the street.
Hey, that's a song.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna let people in the room. We're gonna start here. Get your records ready. We're gonna meet 18126 here.
181.
Toss up. Is it Eric? Is it Jules?
Go on, I'm gonna make it. What? Hold on.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna make a.
Nothing.
It's Jules. Hey, Jules. Nice sweater. How are you?
Hey guys.
Great. Oh my God. Good. How you been?
No, busy. Going on day number 21 without a day off, and next Friday will be 28 days without a day off.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Fucking crazy, man.
What do you do? You don't mind me asking. You don't have to talk about it.
So, well, during the week I work at home because I look at me.
Looks like Christmas.
Yeah, but well, it's cold here too. I know it's cold up where you are too, but no, I I work for, of all things, and I kind of find it kind of really funny. I work for a TPA, which is a third party administrator out of Houston, Texas, and they keep DOT and non-DOT companies compliant with their drug screens and alcohol.
Yeah. All right. Sounds exciting. Well, you really do. What Jules really does, folks, is she's a photographer, and she has been a photographer for years, and she shares the most amazing photographs. Lately, especially this last 6 months, you have been going through stuff and sharing the best stuff.
I've been just picking just in their sometimes it has nothing to do with music. It's just people I love. Just pictures of people. Some people I don't know. I randomly wander through festivals and take pictures and of people and kids and dogs and shit, and these are just some of my favorites through the years. I posted one this evening of our dear friend Colleen, and one of my favorites. She's
of course
sitting with
and this one struck me really hard this week too.
Oh, my Jeff. I've got so many
These
pictures
images of Jeff Austin that are just incredible.
I've got
and,
so many.
capture the moment, and he's looking at
This-
you. He saw you, and he was already happy. It's just that's a great image.
Well, and that was before I actually met him. This was back in 2011, and he this was up at Northwest String Summit up at in Oregon, and it is such, I haven't been there in years, but they all wear pink because one of their founders of the festival up there, he died of cancer. And also one of, hey Carson, say hi to
Hey Carson, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
I'm zooming. I'm about to go out and
Patrick Carson's on the internet. He's next door. He probably might be sleeping by now. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's cool. That's
so they, okay, bye. I'll talk to you later. Be careful, don't drive. So they also, there was and I can't remember her name. I'd have to research a little bit, but there was a old hippie hooper back in the day, and she was and she died of breast cancer. But this weekend, they really focused that one with all of them in the pink. I don't know if you've ever seen, I think I posted the one of Ben with the pink hat, and he's got a pink tutu. They all wear pink that day, and they do a head shave. And one of the guys got up, not of the band, not of Yonder, but one of the people, that has something to do with the festival, got up, and he had a long ponytail, and they just shaved him clean. And it's a great, great remembrance of people that have passed away. And that Yonder did back, they still do. I don't know if they do it still, but wear the pink, but
Yeah, that was, hi Jules. That was one of my goals, to go to String Summit. I do believe no longer. I think last year was the last year. I'm
not sure. We went on the 10-year anniversary, and it was amazing.
That's what everybody told me.
And I watched it over the years, and we tried to get back out again, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I just was like, don't know if I really want to go out now. I like my little small, like or Hartford, I like my small stuff. Not that I don't like big. I mean, one of the bigger ones I used to do Harvest Fest down in Arizona, Arkansas, which was also a Yonder back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the Phases of the Moon took it over. I think it was because
They tried to.
There's a lot of confusion there, but they joined forces at one point.
Yeah. It was kind of a wonky thing, and then they all turned techno crap and
Yeah, festivals is concerts.
No, thank you.
It's all about the venue to me. Now
It is, and that Harvest Fest down there, that was a beautiful, just right in the valley, and just beautiful.
Yeah, I heard good.
But one of the bigger ones I've also done is it's going down to Rom. Hottest motherfucking
That's a nice
festival I've
lineup.
ever been to.
Rob has been pretty consistently good lineup. Yeah, that one year, it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was like 128 degrees down there.
Oh my God, the heat index
Literally
every
120
year is just out of this world. It's unreal. It is. I mean, we take baby pools and we have misters and and you can't move because it's
That's-
just so.
I want to be comfortable.
hot.
I've been
Oh,
in a
can we
few
do a
where
cheers?
you're miserable all week. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers,
Cool.
Jules.
I still I drink my wine out of my kids' old sippy cups. Of course, my kids are all in their 20s and almost 30, but
Well, cheers.
Our other buddy Eric's
Cheers.
going to be here in about 2 minutes, he said. So we'll get records going in a couple minutes, folks. We're just talking to our friend Jules Dunlop right now. Jules Dunlop Photography and all the kinds of other abbreviated things that she does.
Yeah, me and Laura were talking about, Jules posted a picture a couple of weeks ago of me by my vending booth at Hartford with a couple of people, and
yeah.
and how good out of all the photographers that we know, through that yours just is one of the best by far.
Oh, thank you, Phil.
Yeah, that by far. I mean, we see a lot of pictures, but why? It's like magical touch to it. It looks
Well,
good.
I'll tell you, it's, over the years, there's a photographer that I met many moons ago, and he was just getting into the business and just starting to shoot and play around with photography. And
It's
a
like a
couple of
tie
us, it took a few years for me to actually think and sit there and go, you know what, it's okay. And he's got stardom. He works and does amazing things. I don't, and that's okay, because I had kids, he's single, blah, 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 blah. But anyway.
Okay, so it's 6:20 here in the Midwest. It's 7:20 where Jules is at, but it's 4:20 in California and in Seattle.
It's time to light up.
So we're going to bring in our other guest, Spanky, as he is referred to on his chat thing here, Eric Carpenter. And we're going to introduce people to say hi to everybody. And then we'll do 5 records here in a couple minutes, folks. But it's 4:20 somewhere. So
4:20 somewhere. Light it up, boys.
What? Yeah, might as well.
But yeah, so but back real quick, back to that.
Go for it.
It's really interesting because, like my one friend that I got him introduced and into photography, and he does big stadium stuff, big.
Have you met Todd Schneider, Jules?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I bet Eric has too. Eric, this is my friend Eric Carpenter over here, or Spanky.
Yeah, I do Todd Snyder.
Eric Carpenter.
Hi.
Hilarious. You know the inside joke, guys, that John has done artwork for him for 10 years, has never met him or
We're
talked to
like
him.
12 or 13 years now, but
Yeah, right.
Oh, how
we've
funny.
never met.
I
We'll
think
meet
that's
someday down the
hilarious.
line. We got Jules here on the thing. I had Carson for a second. Patrick.
Well, beautiful day in the Northwest, man.
Is it nice out there today, Eric? Very cool. And you're in Seattle?
Yeah, I'm north of Seattle. Today's the first day of the year we hit 70 degrees.
Yes.
Happy 420.
Happy 420, buddy.
420.
So yeah, man. I love living in the Northwest.
Yeah.
A lot of great music, a lot of great clubs.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Jules is
Laura
from
just-
Brown County, Indiana, which is there's music. There's a lot of good music there.
yeah. Fish was just in Seattle. Laura was there.
Yeah.
Where in Seattle where in the area of Seattle are you?
Well, I'm about halfway between Seattle and British Columbia.
Okay.
I'm north of Seattle. I'm actually really close to the world's largest building, which is the Boeing manufacturing plant.
Yeah.
You know where
Cool.
Snoqualmie is?
Snoqualmie?
Snoqualmie?
Snoqualmie.
No. It's about 2 hours outside of Seattle. Anyway.
It was Cialis or she
No, that's my aunt. Laura's got a sister that lives outside
not
of Seattle.
Cialis.
Chehalis.
You know where
Silence.
Kent is, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I got a friend in Kent, Washington.
Yeah, that's south of Seattle.
Yeah, I got a friend in Kent.
I have a 25-year-old son who moved to Seattle. He lives in the same old neighborhood I lived, except it's completely different now. It was working class neighborhood of Seattle, and now it's full of young people like him. They're all techies.
Young
Oh,
urban
yeah.
professionals.
And you
Yeah.
got, are you a sports fan? You got a Seattle Mariners hat on.
Yeah, I'm a big Mariners fan.
Yeah, the Kraken are playing tonight. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're
Laura was just there. What a name for the team, Kraken.
right.
Release the Kraken.
And it's cool, right? I mean, it's cool. Up in the town I live in Everett, we have the Thunderbirds play in our local hockey arena.
Cool.
My girlfriend that lives in Kent, she's a big, huge Thunderbirds fan. Huge Thunderbirds fan.
Okay, we brought these guys in here to do 5 records. We got guests tonight for 5 records. It's gonna be 20 records altogether. Do you have records, Joel?
I do, but I gotta nab them real quick.
Okay, go get them.
Go for it. Go for it.
Give me a minute.
All
right, well, hey, I'll start.
Cheers.
Pick them at random. We'll get to
I'll
you.
make
at
a
the end, all
cocktail,
right,
have a
guys?
glass of wine, grab some albums. We're in no hurry.
Yeah, give me a second.
So welcome
I
our
know
friend
what they
Eric
are.
Carpenter to
I
the
just
zone,
gotta,
and
I
our
just
friend
gotta
Joel
grab
Dunlop
them.
to show you guys tonight. Kind of a special night.
Nice sweater.
You guys can just kind of look at my stuff for a minute.
Something I forgot to say was, and I'll just say it real quick while you're going to do your thing, Jules. This is just a PSA. Is
What?
we will probably not have a show for the next 2 weeks because I'm going to be traveling the next 2 weeks. So unless I can get Phil to be with me at something in the next couple
Oh,
of weeks.
no, Patrick's here.
Patrick.
We
You
do have a
missed
special
Carson.
segment. Patrick without a
Carson was
shirt.
here just a minute
No, I
ago.
got a shirt this time. Did you talk about the Mama Said string band single coming out today?
Oh, the Mama Said String Band single came out today?
Yes, it did. Yep.
Yeah, they sure did.
Really
Mama
Hi,
Said
good.
String Band
Patrick.
released Signal. Big deal. Check them out.
I like it a lot.
All right, so
Mr. Pot,
Eric's
Mr.
gonna
Pot,
start
Mr.
our
Pot.
5 records. Jules gonna go get her records. We'll go
Well,
counterclockwise.
that's cool.
on my screen.
Well, I'll start. Now, I got a collection. I don't know. I stopped counting at about 3,500.
Well, right on.
And so I was, I've been thinking about it. Like, I mean, I got some really cool shit, but I thought I would throw in some artists that have been around with me since I was young, and then all the way up to some new artists. So I'm going to start this one with this 1988 release of Jimi Hendrix called Radio One. And this is from the BBC collection. And it's there's 3 different shows. There's on the BBC, they had a show called Top Gear. And there's Alexis Corner's Rhythm and Blues shows. And these were all recorded 67. And he's playing with Noel Redding and Mitch Mitchell. And this is just an amazing, it's a double album, but it only has 3 sides. And he does a cover of Catfish Blues, does Muddy Waters Catfish Blues, which is freaking killer. And then he also does a cover of Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor.
Nice.
Which
Jimmy
is
from Seattle?
yeah, Jimmy's from Seattle.
Yeah.
But I was fortunate, because I'm 59 and my sister, I have a sister 4 years older, so she was hipping me to stuff that was a little bit before my time.
That's like he's playing acoustic guitar on most of those recordings, and he's just sitting there playing them. I've seen a couple of videos from that session where he's just playing that guitar, and it's beautiful to watch. Well, actually, he played it like this. Sorry.
Yeah. But I didn't grow up in Seattle. I grew up right outside of Washington, D.C. I moved to Seattle in 1986.
I feel off theme now. I'm gonna go next. That's awesome.
So I was here, dude, right when the height of the grunge, man. Right when Sub Pop first went into business.
My other
Right,
half
yeah.
is thinking for the future to go that way.
Yeah. So my first album is Hot Nights and City Lights. It's the best disco in town, nonstop original disco hits.
Oh, you're really into disco, John. Good
Well,
job.
I like the artwork. I like the cool. Like it looks like a little bit like an Equalizer, but it's buildings. And of course, it contains hits by the Village People and Sister Sledge and all the songs you can imagine. But Blondie, Heart of Glass is on here.
Oh well.
When I was a kid, that got me pretty cruised for Blondie pretty quick, man. Seeing her do that Heart of Glass stuff, and then we listen to that track over and over again, man. And we had the Blondie record, so we would like stare at it while we were listening to it.
You remember how popular those records were, though? All those collections.
Yeah, I don't know if this is K-Tel. I think it is K-Tel. Yeah, K-Tel Records.
Yeah.
So they
I'm old enough to remember that.
They bought tons of rights to tons of music and then just released the crap out of it, basically. And the greatest hit stuff. I'm sure the artist probably got a little tiny check. The record company got a big check, and then these guys got a really big check. But Hot Nights and City Lights. Phil, you're up. And then by the time you get done, it looks like she's gonna like swing around the chair like a superhero.
All right, this is Loretta Lynn.
Oh well.
I'm a drinking.
It's Don't Come Home a Drinking.
Yeah, that is the most wholesome album cover I've seen in my
Right
life.
on your mind.
That is so wholesome. There is nothing more wholesome than that. I love it.
Classic country.
Yeah,
Just mentioning her name, her ghost will appear. I swear, she's amazing,
thick, nice album.
man.
Yeah, Eric, I paint on old records and
Yeah, right on.
it's a beautiful thing. Old albums that are scratched. It could be a Jimi Hendrix, which I had once. But it
Got
was
any- what-
it
do you
was
have one handy? Show
unplayable. And
one.
what record stores give them to me and then they're gone.
You have one
They're
handy.
going to-
Show 'em one.
What?
One of your records. Show Eric one of those records you do. Because we're waiting on because Jules is next, but she's finishing
I'm
up.
trying. Hold on, give me a minute.
Yeah, I take old vinyl records. This I don't know what it is, and turn it into artwork. This one's a beginning.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I remember seeing you do that.
Yeah, a Fish album. I'm doing
I like that.
repurpose. Yeah, so Jules, where'd you
That's
go?
how I met Phil. He was painting
I'm
birdhouses
here.
and stuff, and he started
I'm
painting our
here.
records.
Give me a second.
Those are my
That's okay.
dogs.
Got it.
Do you know this?
I'm gonna have to come back on. I got, like-
It's not Zappa. It's not Weasels. Rip my.
No, it looks like he's sitting on something else. So it's his top.
This
down.
is JJ Kale.
JJ
Kale.
Kale too. I should have. No, I've
Right.
seen it before now. No,
This
I've
is,
seen it in my art book.
This is his album Naturally. And he's one of these artists that when I first heard him, he's got that groove. He's got that Tulsa kind of smooth groove, and just like Little Feat, and you get into that groove, and this dude just did it for me. And then when I think I was about 19 when I found out he actually recorded Call Me the Breeze. And he wrote that song. And then I was like, okay, well, I got to hear it because I was sick the fuck of the Skinner, growing up in Virginia. That's all you heard. But yeah, this guy, he's one of my favorites. I have pretty much every record he's made.
That's a great
Yeah,
album.
JJ Kale.
I was gonna guess Leon Russell because that hat, but no, that's not his hat. So that would be my guess, but it would have been wrong. So Jules, are you about ready?
Okay, I gotta narrow it
Jules
down.
show too, since he's coming back, and then we'll start. Then we'll go to
Yeah,
me
been
again.
into
and
Nick
Phil.
Cave and the Bad Seeds lately.
Narrow this down. That's a definite yes. That's a
We've done this. This
definite.
is 152 shows. We've done it for at least 145 shows.
I know.
We've shown 5 records each night. That's a lot of records, folks. If you can do that.
Yeah.
Having guests makes more records. We all
Yeah.
pick different things. I love it.
Yes. So how many?
I say, I gotta tell you guys, I really do enjoy it. I've learned a lot about each of you guys, and it's I don't always get to get home. I usually get home early in the afternoon, so I've been able to catch quite a few of your shows.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
yeah, it's cool, man.
How do you feel about that, Phil? Getting to
All
learn
right.
something about us.
I narrowed this down really fast.
Okay, well, you know
Fast,
what? If
it
you
was
wanna
like
come on next
45
week, you can
minutes,
always come on.
man.
You can come on weekly. So do what you got to do
I
tonight.
I cannot even begin to even pick my 5, but I'm gonna start. So Gordon Lightfoot, man. Gordon Lightfoot.
Something about an album cover with hay bales on it, because there's that one John Prine album too.
Yeah, John Prine.
Is that hay? It looks like hay in the background.
Yep.
Yeah,
That looks like the same hay bale.
Man, Carefree Highway, Sundown, you better take care.
if you don't think you know or like Gordon Lightfoot, you just need to listen to some of his albums, and you'll realize you know more of his songs than
I
what do you
love
think?
Gordon.
Yeah.
I
What-
fucking love Gordon.
The
And he
record,
was
the Edmund
just
Fitzgerald.
down at the Brown County Music Center not too long ago, and I missed it. I didn't go.
Really? Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah. He was amazing.
Goddamn.
Gordon Lightfoot, very important. I think
All
I'm
right.
up. I'm gonna go with We'll come back. You're gonna end it because you start late, so you'll end it, Jules. But here we go. This my next one is the Hair soundtrack, which is very important to me. There's a song on here called Frank Mills. You know that song, but it's about this one scene where the girl's pregnant and the guy's gone, and she wants to find the dad, and so she sings a song about this guy. He resembles George Harrison of the Beatles. It was covered by the Lemonheads, but I originally heard it on this album without knowing. This movie touched me when I was a little kid, and I had to call the police because it touched me. But the music and the theme, the idea of hair. It's just a great idea. But I never got to see the play where they all get naked at the end.
It's amazing.
But
It's
one time I
amazing.
did see
I've
the
seen it
Flaming
all
Lips and everybody got
Broadway.
naked at the end. So I've seen bands get naked. It's one thing to say it or see it,
But I saw it off Broadway years, eons ago. Unbelievable.
psychedelic.
Love it,
Anyway,
love it, love it.
You're up, Phil.
A friend of ours from around here, an old Ed Anderson, Lies and Wishes, great album. He was in a band called Backyard Tire Fire also. Ed Anderson.
Kind of music.
Rock and roll.
Um,
I call it rock and roll.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Folk rock, maybe,
upbeat.
but like the band Backyard Tire Fire, definitely rock and roll. I compare them to like actually I compare them to Neil Young and Crazy Horse in a way, the way they would
Ooh.
too heavy
Yeah.
guitar kind of playing.
Send me that a picture of that. Let me
A
research that.
couple years
Phil.
ago,
I'd
the
like
guy
to look
did
into that.
Edward
Yeah.
Anderson. His
Let
name
me
is
see that cover again.
Yeah, let me look. Actually, let me just write it down.
Edward David Anderson.
They
He
had
did
two
he
giant
played the
hits
whole
back-
Wildflowers
Edward-
album for us. Like he on his 50th birthday, he
Edward
played the whole
David
Wildflowers
Anderson.
album,
Lies and
Oh,
Wishes.
cool. Okay.
and he had a whole
I'll
bunch of
check
guest
'em out.
stars, so every guest did a song off the album. It was really good.
I'm gonna check that out.
Incredible
Phil.
local Bloomington, Illinois boy from Havana, Illinois now.
You know, as you get older, you get more picky with music, and Ed's a winner.
All right,
It's-
he is definitely someone to check out. Now we're back to Julie.
Yeah, right on.
Back in the rotation.
All right, so I'm gonna get back to my roots now. I'm
And Eric
I'm
afterwards.
kind of going. I've got a theme going. I was born in the '60s, and nothing does me better in my world than Karen Carpenter.
Yeah, right on.
I love my Karen Carpenter.
You could call
No
that
chick.
album Taryn Carpenter because all the tears.
Yeah, Karen Carpenter. Yeah, that's a little bit of water damage. Had some
Yeah, I
water
watch a documentary, it makes me cry, Karen.
damage.
Eat something. Damn
She
it.
was talented. Hell of a drummer.
I sang a
Unbelievable
song to
voice.
my middle son Tristan, and that was our song, and I sing it to him all the time. On the day that you were born, the angels got together.
If I had $1 for every time someone asked me if I was related to Karen Carpenter, I'd have like $2.
Yeah, because his name's Eric Carpenter. You start saying yes. So somewhere down, they always ask me if I'm related to Rick Griffin, the other artist, and I was like, no, not really, just by the pen.
All right,
You
am I still going, or is somebody else?
Oh, Eric's up now. He's getting.
No, I'm up now. All right, so another genre of music that I'm super into is the blues. Specifically, I like electric blues. But then, as my blues knowledge increased, I found this thing called Mississippi Hill Blues, which led me to this artist,
Carl Burnside. Yeah.
R.L. Burnside.
Ooh, yeah.
And, this guy was discovered, like a lot of these guys, was discovered later in life. The guy is just amazing. If you've never heard of this guy before, this dude is awesome. He really is
He is,
badass.
Yeah, I grew up in Chicago. I've got to be in Muddy Waters' house, meet him, Buddy Guy, and all the classical blues guys. Some of the big blues guys, all big fan also. The stories I
Yeah.
can tell, I'll take a couple shows.
Yeah, as much as I like Howard Wolf, and I like Mississippi John Hurt a lot. But when I was introduced to the hill country blues, that turned me on to like Junior Kimbrough and then Mississippi Fred McDowell, and those guys all played that. It wasn't Delta blues, it was a different. It was almost, they relied heavily on the drone with the bass lines, and it was a real drone kind of repeating melodies. I find it really, really fascinating style of music.
Wow, that slide. Wow.
Yeah,
Do
that's
it,
awesome. The blues are great. I fell into the blues with John Lee Hooker. Blues Brothers, the movie Blues Brothers when I was a little
I
kid.
just watched Blues Brothers.
I didn't realize how much blues I was getting until like later in life when I went back and watched it again and who all was in it.
Oh, I flip out.
Amazing soundtrack. Amazing
That was the first
soundtrack.
one that got my ear.
Yeah.
Blues, man. I love it.
Yeah, we
Matt
were,
Guitar Murphy is a pretty incredible guitar player in that band.
Mhm. Yep.
My next one here came from Musicland, probably purchased a long time ago. It's the Earth, composed by the writers of The Sea. I just like the picture of this tree in the middle. It's kind of like on dry earth. There's a tree growing. I like also that it has a Musicland sticker on it for $4.99.
Music
when they bought it-
Land.
When they bought this, you know, because I don't know, it's a long time ago. It smells like it was a long time ago when they bought it.
How many
But
times
it's
have you
still
played that
$5, so
album? How many times have you played that album?
never.
Yeah,
It's in perfect condition. Probably worth $1. I don't know.
I
I'm trying to see if it has
I
date
have
on it,
one.
but I
I
can't
have
read
like
it.
one album that I bought in the '80s for one song, and it's the most awful song in the world, and I still have the damn album.
There's
Have you
there's a
ever
song
heard
on here
of
called
this?
"My Mother Wanted Me to Play Mozart." I don't know. I get record collections. This came in a record collection, but it's "The Earth" by the Riders of the Sea. You'll understand why I said that in a minute later. Okay,
All right, all right.
you're up,
My
Phil.
Turn.
Phil,
No.
and you.
I'm gonna go back old school. I'm a big rocker. I'm gonna go a little bit Ted Nugent here.
Okay, the Devil's
Stranglehold, Stormtrooper, big fan of Ted Nugent. He rocked. We saw him probably 5-6 times back in the day when he was hot. And I just love when bands when they rocked, it was just amps,
Man.
it's just
Back when he was still just a rock and roller, man.
Exactly. He's not an
wasn't a
asshole
politician
now.
yet. Yeah,
oh,
that's the only subject we don't discuss is
no,
politics. So
no
FAA is
politics. I mean, and we're talking about music.
Oh,
Yeah,
almost
but that's
stopped.
I
I saw
apologize.
Ted Nugent in
Just music.
Aerosmith, Madison Square Garden,
Wow.
and Ted Nugent absolutely tore that house down.
I bet.
He rocked and rolled.
He absolutely, Aerosmith was at the height of their abuse, and they were weak, and they were sharing the bill. And so they were changing whoever opened, the venues. And fortunately we got Ted as the second. So he played a fairly bit longer. And he destroyed the Madison Square Garden.
Ted's
Wow.
killer, underrated.
Cool.
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, for
They
sure.
don't look at his music, they start thinking of who he is, a knucklehead to a point.
Now
And
he's
that's
kind of ruined
true.
that
And
for
I
everybody.
do apologize for that.
That's fine.
I do
Well, he's
apologize.
kind of
That
ruined
is-
that for everybody.
He
It's
does.
just-
Well-
Back in the day,
Ted
amazing.
is watching
Like
the show,
rock.
Jules, and he knows where you're at. He does like guns.
Rock.
Well, if you go even farther back when he was a youngster and played for Amboy Dukes,
Right.
right?
Oh, yeah. I remember
I mean,
that. Yeah.
17 years old, and he was
Yeah.
shredding it for those guys.
Ted Nugent.
Really, he kind of followed that same trajectory as Steve Miller. Steve Miller started really young too.
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve Miller's important. He's important.
Okay,
All right, Jules,
JD.
you're up.
All right. This goes back to my early days and one of my favorite all-time musicians. Every song on this means something to me in my life. And David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
Damn. We lost him too early.
Yeah, he did some interesting stuff throughout his whole life.
God, he
Always interesting.
one of my favorite all-time musicians. I just there's not a song that I don't like.
Did you see him in concert, Jules? Did you ever see
That is one I did not get to, and I wish I would have.
I never saw him in concert, but I was always irritated with the Let's Dance song. It really bothered me. It was played too much.
That was his mid 80s.
Right.
That
And
was
they
his.
fed
that
it
was
to
his-
us like crazy on the radio and made us sick of it. But I saw a band do it live, Jules, and it all made sense.
I have the album.
When I saw the
I
band
have the
play,
album.
I saw it was like a David Bowie night, and they played all David Bowie music, and this band played that song. I got it instantly. I understood why it was important.
It was that Let's Dance. It was such. It's got a little bit of reggae, just a smidge of reggae in it, a little bit. Let's Dance, and it's just. I just love Bowie.
I don't know. But when
I just can't.
came
I
back
just
to it
can't.
later in life. It's my favorite one by him now. I think.
I just can't. There's just too many. Hunky Dory. Oh, what
And
an
there's
amazing-
plenty of good songs. There's great songs. Moon Age Daydream.
Just
Anyway,
can't even
I'm just
begin.
talking on over Jules' segment. I'm going to
Okay.
pick a winner in a little bit. Whoever wins this tonight, big prize.
Pick me.
Me.
All right, Eric, you're up, buddy. Yeah, Ziggy Stardust with it. That was awesome. That was a good one.
This guy is one of the few artists that when I first heard his voice, I just stopped dead in my tracks and I was like, who is this guy? And his name is Jake Smith. He goes by the White Buffalo. And he's a 3-piece band. And this album is a concept album. In that the entire album follows the story of these two people, Joe and Jolene. And it set during modern times, early 2000s. It is a tragic yet beautiful album, and you listen to the album in its entirety, and it's just absolutely it's just mind blowing. The songwriting.
Is it
on
almost
this.
like is it a journey of an album?
It is.
Songs
It
or
is. And, you know,
stories?
he talks about being in Afghanistan, talks about, like all kinds of, the demons that Joe has. I recommend this album to everybody.
Wow.
It was put out, I think it was 2013. And this album is just magnificent. A lot of people know this guy because they used a lot of his music on the show Sons of Anarchy.
Oh.
I've never seen the show. I don't really watch TV.
That's
My
It
kids
was a
are.
big
But,
deal. I remember
you know,
always needs a catch because
Yeah,
we
he
watched
was-
Sons of Anarchy. That was a wild ass show. We watched.
Yeah.
I like it when a TV show introduces you to a musician or music in
I
general.
do too.
Yeah,
you accidentally
we
become a
just
fan of
finished
something
the
new.
Ozarks, the TV show, and I love the music in there. He's from Naperville, which I'm from, basically area Illinois, and the music. Anyway, go ahead.
So you remember
And
my
then what
last
was-
album
No,
was The
no,
Earth,
go ahead.
written by.
Hey, you
people
can't
who-
do it all
Sea.
twice, John.
So I got now the sea. And these are dramatic, long instrumental pieces about that represent the earth, or this is the sea. But this one it
But
says
now this is the C album.
this is the sea, made by the same cats, San Sebastian Strings and Rod McEwen. But it says, and we made love, and only the sea was watching.
So have you listened to that one
La, la,
also?
la.
Not?
Never.
No.
No.
I like the
No.
picture in the back. They say a lot about who's
No.
performing the music or producing it. So I just think
You
the
must
title-
have room to spare, man. I don't have much room anymore for albums I don't like. Can't listen
Well, I
to.
know, and these actually all came. I will confess that the first 4 albums came from a stack of albums I don't really like because I hadn't showed many of them yet. But I like these old ones where they taped the color picture or they glued the color picture on top of the
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, back when they were glued on.
I
Yep.
just think that's kind of cool. I just think it's a neat effect. And I like its
Are,
history.
are you ever going to listen to them, John?
Maybe. This was 1967, but it was like they were holding on to classical music real hard because 67 was pushing psychedelic rock. And this
Yeah.
company was like, no, we're still gonna put out the albums for the old folks, and they still did for a few more years, but that was about the end of it.
You and Amy need to put that on and check it out.
We probably will.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
probably
gonna have
will.
to paint on it.
The land, the sea. Yeah. Anyway, you're up, Phil.
Okay, we're
I
gonna
think
go.
we're doing a good
We're gonna
good
go
rotation.
old
This is
school, new school. I had to go switch up the albums because we're gonna go with an old favorite of mine and John's also, I do believe, the
Oh
car.
yeah.
oh yeah,
Um,
Cars forever.
Rick Ocasek and
Let the good times roll.
you probably know all of us. I don't know even your backgrounds, but we probably know 10 Cars songs in our lifetime. Not 5, maybe 10, maybe okay. No,
10 is a lot
5.
for the cars.
More, I know more.
Well,
Okay,
we
yeah,
might,
okay, you know what I'm
but
saying?
Great.
Good
Anyway,
Times Roll,
keep
My
going.
Best Friend's Girlfriend, Just What I Needed.
All of
I
them.
mean, we know those.
Yeah,
Everyone.
yeah.
Tonight, Bye Bye My Love. This is just one album. And you know
That
all
is
of them.
an
That's 7 right there.
big thumbs
Cars.
up, Phil, for that one. Big.
Yeah, one of the
huge
bands
thumbs up
I've
for that
seen
one.
thousands of shows, never got to see the Cars though, unfortunately. And don't be like Queen. Rick's gone, so you can't tour the Cars. Like Queen's touring with
Yeah, Adam
bullshit.
Well,
Lambert.
the cars
That's
might be
bullshit.
acceptable because Rick didn't do all the singing.
He did not.
no, he
So
didn't.
there's
not.
definitely a handful of Rick songs that are very important.
Benjamin Orr had
Um,
that. Benjamin Orr
Magic,
passed
a
away
few other
also.
ones, but You might think, of course, the big one, is that their biggest hit? You might think I'm
No, but
foolish.
two of them have passed, so.
I mean, there's a lot of music there, but I think you might think it's the top, but he's saying that. So yeah, okay. Now on Instagram, I'm friends with the other guitar player
Well, for who?
of the Cars. I can't remember his name right now, so I shouldn't talk about
Well,
it.
Well, they're not gonna do it. Like, I bring it up all the time, me and music. Well, Queen's coming to Chicago and Adam Lambert sings Queen. No, don't do that. I don't like that. Change the band's name. But
Bill
don't-
You know
Saw
what?
also changed without
You know what? It's the
Lane.
same thing with Journey.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same
Mhm.
thing. They had I'm not. I'm
Stephen
Now,
just
I'm going to
Perry,
see Little
I
Feet.
mean-
Now wait a minute, I'm going to see Little
Yeah.
Feet though. How do you
Or-
think about a guy singing for Little Feet?
Well,
That's
too.
tricky, but you better sound like Lil George if you're going to do that.
Right. And what's funny is my Little Feet collection stops.
When Lil George passes away.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's the same way, I'm really passionate about that, and same with the Allman Brothers, man. I have some, but most of all my collection is with Dwayne.
Yeah.
Oh, all
Yeah.
mine is with Dwayne.
It just-
all mine is with Dwayne. And nothing's.
I'm a
no.
huge Alice in Chains fan. I went to the show and Lane, I didn't see him with Lane, and they had this gentleman jumping around stage with white gym shoes. The place was sold out. I left halfway through the show. It just wasn't Lane. So it's something about, I don't know.
The Grateful Dead ended in 1972, right?
Well, there's certain bands, but very few.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Game.
Right? Yeah.
Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. And
Some people
sometimes-
say it wasn't the same
sometimes we
without
accept
Pink Pen, right?
Sure.
Yeah, sometimes we accept
Jerry
it.
didn't want to
Sometimes we
sing.
don't.
And the whole Donna thing, don't even get me started with that.
Don't
We
even.
won't. So who just went? That was Phil. So now it's Jules' turn. Okay,
All right.
this is where it gets confusing. We're getting towards the end here, but we have to.
I've got.
I think Eric has one
I
more.
got a
I got one
biggie.
more. Phil might have. Anyway,
John, do you take your medication?
yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let's speed this up.
I'm
'cause
learning something about you guys
I gotta
every
get to
time.
So this goes back to my 70s and my mom and Billy Joel the Stranger.
I got all
Always.
those Joel's albums down there.
Oh, yeah.
I love my piano playing. I love my Billy Joel.
Well, I'll take that back. I have everything up through Uptown Girl.
My wife's a big
I
fan.
don't have
Don't
that.
fucking stop.
The Stranger. This was one of the 3 best albums he ever had produced. Or
So,
put out.
My wife loves glass houses.
There's something about Billy Joel.
That is a good one. That's later in the 80s.
It-
Early
yeah,
80s.
like, yeah, that's it may say something about how old we are, but like today I was listening to radio and I had the radio on. I was flipping through radio stations in town, and there was like a kind of a song I liked in the 90s. And I was like, okay, no, and I hit the next button, and there was some other song that I liked in the this last few years or something. I was like, no, and I hit a button and it was Billy Joel, and I stopped. I think I'll always stop when I get to Billy Joel, and that happened just today. So there's something about those songs. They're just fucking awesome. They're really good.
They're right.
And he put so much energy into
had
it.
that
His writing
Uptown Girl
ability.
sh- Yeah, he
Yeah.
had that Uptown Girl shit in the 80s, and there were, but there was also some good stuff that came out of it, like Allentown. Oh
Yeah.
my God! And that was what was going through with that town, with the factory, everything shutting down. That was such an amazing song. I get goosebumps when
Yeah,
I
see,
when I
so
hear
Billy Joel's
Allentown.
great. Billy Joel deserves a lot. Yeah, he looks a lot like my
My
dad.
wife got Billy Joel and Elton John when they came to Seattle.
Yeah.
They were doing that co-tour together.
Yeah, I know. I missed that one.
My
too.
wife loved that show. Said they were
I
really
missed
good.
I miss
sure, I'm
everything
sure.
these days. I don't do it. I have no life.
You may be
All
right.
right,
I
who's
may be
that? Is
crazy.
anybody next?
Oh, Eric is next.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well, actually, I brought 6, but I'm gonna.
I did too.
We'll go around again. We could go around again. We'll let you guys just take over the show. Me and
I got
Okay,
6
well,
also.
I have 2 really cool records, and one of them is a new artist to me, but he's been around. And the cool thing about being open-minded is you can still find new music. And this is Charlie Parr's.
Hey!
This album he came out with on Folkways,
yeah.
2021. And
Barking down our alley right now. Yeah.
oh my
Love
God, this
Charlie.
is this guy's style. I bought his book. I pre-ordered this, and then you could also buy this companion book that he wrote. to go along with this. And each chapter is named after one of the songs. And it's, you can't get it now. I don't think they're going to reprint it. I'm not sure, but it looks like a couple of you are familiar with his work.
I'm very familiar with his work. All of us, yeah.
Oh, big
he's
time.
Charlie is a.
Yeah. So, when I got this, I pre-ordered it, and I found this just because I'm a fan of Folkways, and so I subscribe to their stuff, and I saw this, and I looked him up, and I went, "Holy shit! This guy is amazing." And
I've done some artwork for him. And,
Really?
Oh yeah, I've done a
Yeah,
couple
me too.
records, which I do. I got to meet him. Big fan of his. Big
yeah. Well, I immediately went to his website and I bought everything I could. I got one album on vinyl, and then I bought 2 CDs, and then I found his album Stump Jumper
Well-
on Discogs, and I bought that from a guy.
He
And,
was on tour, a big tour. Did he come out to the West Coast? I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he was out like a year and a half
my
ago.
drawing of Charlie.
Yeah.
and our
We
buddy
love
Cody.
Charlie.
About a year and a half ago. Yeah, big fan of Charlie. He'll be at Blue Ox, John, when we're there. He didn't come last year. We go to Blue Ox up in Wisconsin. Charlie's staple. He wasn't there last year.
And
We'll
he
see him there
just-
this year.
He's been
Yeah,
down
I've
Brown
been-
County.
I find him
also.
quite fascinating.
When you see him
It's-
play live,
when
it
we
will
go to
touch you in
festivals, there's
such a
40
way.
bands,
It's
but
amazing.
that's one I got to go out of my way to go see. Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah, right. I can,
Charlie's been down to
I-
Nashville also.
This-
He comes down to Nashville and he's down in the Bloomington area also. So we love Charlie.
And what I really like about him is because he's like John Prine in a lot of ways. He's a simple guy, and he comes from simple stock.
Yep.
And there's really nothing special about the guy, other than the fact that he is who he is.
His
Yeah,
soul.
I find that really cool, and I find it very,
I've had conversations with him.
yeah, American. I find it, very interesting, and I like the fact that he's, from Duluth, Minnesota, and one of my favorite poets and authors, Bill Holm, is also from Minnesota, and he writes about kind of the same stuff. It's just really pretty amazing.
Yeah, I got some good photos with him. I think we got along when I went backstage and we had talked for a while. I had a Cub shirt on. He liked that, sunglasses, and we were both barefoot. I don't know. Then we hit it off. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I just-
Yeah, right on.
After the show, I can't wait to listen to him. I can't listen to him during the show. We'll get pinched, but
Am I up?
he's important.
Okay, we're gonna.
Now you and Charlie Parr. I'll go. I got one more record. I had the Earth and I had the Sea. And I
Okay.
got the Ventures because we like surf rock.
Oh yeah,
Have you listened to
And
that?
this is
John?
Ventures Play Telstar, which is in Japan. It's a pretty interesting album. I like it. It's a lot of surf rock. They just kind of did.
Ooh.
It's very good. Green Onions, Mexico, Let There Be Drums, Red River
Have you
Rock.
listened to that, John?
I have listened to this one many times. Yes, this is one of my
Ooh.
it's good. It's a live album, so it's got the them talking in between songs, things like that. So I really like that. And they're in Japan, so there's a language breakdown, but it's the music. It's surf rock, so it doesn't matter.
I love surf rock.
Adventures.
I think they put out about 200 records.
Oh yeah, and they play every song that you like. They did like they picked the radio songs and put a surf album out with radio songs, Grazing in the Grass, all kinds of jams. But I go back to Green Onions. That's my I think that's the heartbeat I was hearing, and my mom was the beat to Green Onions when I was a kid. That's one of my favorites, man. All right, Phil, you're up.
We're gonna go with.
Surfing, take you to the sea.
We're gonna go with a tribute to John Hartford. Artwork by John. It has Sam Bush on there, Fruition, Yonder,
Your stickers over the weather report. You can't see the weather report.
Salmon. Great album.
Lovely.
Gonna
Lovely.
miss
Hits my heart.
Yep.
Hits my heart hard.
Yep. I had to pick
Yours
that
has
one
the
out.
sticker on it, so you didn't open
Yeah,
it.
so yeah.
And we made like it was
What
supposed to
you
be an old
got? You got the
newspaper.
original?
And sometimes in the newspaper, there's weather reports coming up. So I think it says
Oh, I got
weather
a sticker.
report,
I didn't
ever
even open
smiling,
mine yet.
ever gentle. So that was the weather that day.
No.
This is my favorite
Wow.
one because I work with Sam Bush a lot throughout the years, and he always
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
his name bigger. He always, every time we do a poster with Sam on it, he wants his name
Sam's a
bigger.
good guy.
And on this one, my name up here is a little tiny bit bigger than Sam Bush's name. Just the tiniest
Sorry,
fraction.
Sam.
You don't even really know it's there because it's like the signature on the drawing. This was a lot of fun to make, man. That is a good album. You didn't even open it up, Phil.
No, how wonderful.
Mine is still
Autograph
sealed.
and some
I'm
drawings I
not-
did, and a painting, and John Hartford's pretty important. We'll talk about that.
No,
later.
we love our John
Can't-
Harper.
Don't really want to talk about it this year. at
It
all,
was a
but
great
we'll talk about it.
festival and it wasn't the same when we went to the other place, so.
Let's not, we're not gonna talk about that.
That's
That's
almost
right.
We are
politics.
not gonna talk
That's
about
almost
that.
politics. Well, I'll cry. There'll be tears.
Off.
Okay,
No.
so do you have another one, Jules?
I got two more.
I have like 1,000 trillion of them if you want to keep.
Well, I
them.
do too. I do too, but
Well, the show
This
tonight is all about
one-
records. This is 45 minutes
So
of records so far,
these-
so this is great.
these
Hey,
next,
nothing wrong with that.
I got more records, so hold on. Go ahead.
these-
I got one more.
Okay.
I couldn't do it in my music room because my wife's office is right next door and she's still working.
I'm gonna tell my
Yeah, West
I work from
Coasters.
I
home.
tell my dog, hey, never mind. Make me a
All
cocktail.
right, so these last two are my all-time favorite records. I grew up in the late 60s, early 70s. And my aunt was a pure hippie. My dad was a businessman, but
You got a
he's-
little Janice in you.
and I want to see who knows what this is and who this is.
The
Yes.
birds.
Does anybody know what this is? Who this is?
No, and that's weird.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm pretty good with all. No, I do
Looks
not.
like they did
Peter
nothing.
Rowan.
Oh, it's Peter Rowan?
Is it
Peter
really?
Rowan.
Yeah.
Huh.
This was
Peter
with
Rowan.
C
Where's
Train.
Pete at in the picture? Is he the tall one?
Hold on, I gotta look at this. It's so badly damaged.
Yeah, it looks like see Pete on a record or something, or she dumped him in the ditch or something. Maybe there was a flood.
Hold on.
The records are kind of in poor
I think-
condition, Jules.
It's very, 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 very old. It's very. This is one of my oldest albums I have that I own.
That's cool. So you listened to Pete
Um,
Rowan when you were young. and-
Here is Peter posing. I do know that this is Peter right here.
Oh, man, that's totally 67.
This is very, 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 very fucking old.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
cry at concerts, but I have to bring up.
This, if you've never listened to this album,
Not on
it
digital
is
streaming service.
you need to get it. You need to stream it or YouTube it or whatever. Some
not out
of
there.
the most there's a little bit of it's kind of religious and Bible-ish,
Sure.
but not it's John, can you do a music trial, but I'll give you a song to play?
Me?
Can
You want me to play a
can you
song?
or not?
What song? Well, no, it's not on streaming services.
Well, no, it's
It's a rarity.
well, so
That's how you know it's
have
rare
you-
now.
now I want you to know you've heard the song I'm Willing, correct?
Willing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, you know how when Willing is played and they go, oh, Will, it's all slow.
Yeah.
C Train does not do it that. It's upbeat. I'm willing, keep on moving.
It
Woo!
makes me sad when the band's not on.
It is upbeat. It is out. It takes you to another level. It takes
That's
you
a-
to church. It's like
I guess
going
that's
to
what's gonna make me, you know what, it's a rare album because it's not on streaming services. So I guess that's what's gonna make an album rare, because if you can't just download it in the air, you have to have a physical hard copy of that album to listen to it.
It
Might be
is
on
the most
YouTube.
amazing this album, and then the
Mm.
Son of Job, and it's talking about the Bible. And I'm not a Bible person. I'm not a religious person.
Well, that
all,
music was,
but
it
it's,
was
you know,
intertwined
it
with
talks about
religions and the Bible
Job.
Belt and all that for a long
It
time.
talks about Job and about the story of Job in the Bible. And
Yeah.
nothing on the best part of that whole song is when, and everybody knows our Peter Rowan when he yodels, and he yodels. Oh my God, my skin. Oh my gosh, it's the most. This is the most amazing
love
fucking
it.
album ever made.
You know, Peter Rowan was really good on Old and in the Way with Jerry Garcia,
Correct. But this is
Vassar
before that.
Clements.
Well, actually, I don't know if it's before or after.
Probably is. It could be, possibly. Old in the Way.
I
it
can't
might be
remember.
Early 70s.
Because I'm old, I
Late
have to
60s.
do this. I'm old. I can't.
Get in the way now, Jules. Don't get in the way.
Dog in my mouth.
I don't, my album is so old. It's so
Toast.
warped, but man, my actual album is just so in such amazing condition.
Got a magnifying glass, Phil. You don't have a record magnifying glass.
Yeah, I always
I
have
got
a
them all
magnifying
over the
glass.
place.
Shit, it doesn't say it on here. Google it. Someone Google it and find out when they did this. It's just called C Train. It doesn't have a name. It's just C Train.
Cool.
I think they only put out 1 or 2 albums. But the most amazing fucking album ever
1970.
made.
1970. It's listed as a genre of roots rock fusion.
It is amazing. Now, does anybody else have? I know.
It is the Little George song.
Can you pull up Willin? Because that you'll be shocked. It's not like
You can't find it. Now the audio is not out there, so then he hasn't uploaded it yet.
Oh crap! I can pull it up.
Somebody
on
write Pete Rowan a
YouTube.
letter. I can send him a message. What is this? JJ Bradley tonight at 9 o'clock, Brew House, Springfield, Illinois. I just had to do that. It's very
Hold
fun.
on.
But, okay, let's talk
Anyway.
about
I can do this.
I think Eric has one more. We're gonna get through these.
one
5
more
records
album and
eventually.
then we're done with albums.
45.
Yeah. I got one more.
45s or 35s.
Now we're going to
Yeah, I've got-
45.
John, I've got the link to the YouTube.
That's
It's
probably
on
where it's
there.
at.
Huh?
Yeah, send it out.
Hold on. Let me get it out here.
I
Hold
can
on.
find it.
So this badass
Hold on.
record is from Jack White's Third Man Records,
Mm,
and it's the Recounters,
yeah.
Consolers of the Lonely. And he used to, they have the if you wanted to, you could join. They had a vault, and it was every 4 months they put together this really cool vault package. And this was vault number 38.
Show the album again. I can't see it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The Lonely, the Raconteurs.
Oh.
The Recounters.
And you got
That's
Jack
not
White.
good.
you got
Solars of the
Tattoos.
Lonely.
It's a good album. Actually, both of the albums that they released have been very
Yeah.
good albums.
And the Consolers of the Lonely, they came up with that album name because it was on above the main post office in New York City.
They're
And it
probably
was
lonely.
The mail was the Consolers of the Lonely. But anyway, the reason why I chose this album, because I dig records and I love my collection, and this has got to be the coolest fucking record I've ever seen.
Really?
And I know it won't show up, but
Oh,
okay.
that's
So do
beautiful.
you see that? This is the dead space right there, right?
Right.
Oh.
Okay. So this is actually a fucking sheet of copper foil
Wow.
pressed into the wax.
Okay.
That's kick ass.
That's pretty cool.
And I mean, to see it up close, you can actually really kind of see the
That
foil.
color's pretty dope.
It is amazing. I mean, it's just one of those albums. The first time I saw it, I was just
It's
floored.
like melty. It's
mean,
just beautiful.
I don't know how he did this.
That's
But
beautiful.
they say, you get all this cool stuff with these vault packages. Like this one came with these photographs of the band, and it came with I still have all the stuff. Like this came with a Recounters, real fancy graphic. It's a iron-on patch. And then they had all these, it came with another 45 of these 2 songs.
Yeah, Jack White's a big record collector himself.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's got 2 plants now.
Yeah.
Got one in Detroit,
Phil,
one
the
in
album from
Nashville.
Loretta Lynn tonight. Was that your album, Phil? The Loretta Lynn album?
What?
The Loretta Lynn album. Was that your album?
Yeah.
Okay, so that song, Don't Come Home a Drinking with Lovin' on Your Mind,
Mhm.
he did an interview for some TV program or radio or something, and he said that was his favorite song, was that
Yep.
song. And Loretta Lynn like tracked him down. They recorded an album together.
Yeah,
There's a Jack
Yep.
White Loretta Lynn album.
yeah,
Right,
Before she passed away.
yeah.
yeah. You can get it. You can get it at Third Man Records too.
Yeah, Jack
Yeah.
White is from this
I-
generation right now. He's awesome. There's really not a lot all the way. I mean, I'm talking all the way back to the White Stripes stuff. There's solo stuff. There are these bands.
Amazing,
was on-
amazing,
he was
amazing,
on
amazing character,
amazing.
man.
American Pickers, and he liked records, and I did one about 3 years ago. I got his address for his corporation in Tennessee, and it's like 75% done, but I never finished it and sent it to him.
Finish
Just go,
it.
hey,
Phil.
Yeah,
He loved it.
finish
I
it.
know that's
Love it.
me. But yeah,
he's
I
got so
remember
many records
that.
unfinished
Get
in
your
his
ass in
house.
the
It's
gear.
ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah, he did a collaboration with some folks, and they had the band called The Dead Weather,
Yes.
Yeah.
which I
He was
actually
not
have
bad, though.
one
He
of their
was ready to
vaults
go.
also was The Dead Weather, and I have a double album that they put out live at the Egyptian Theater.
We might have the
And-
Dead Weather. Yeah, we're a big fan of Jack White.
Oh, badass! I've got the drive-by
That's
truckers that when they performed there and they did live to acetate. That's really cool.
Say
Yeah.
hi to Monroe.
Hey Monroe,
Hey,
what's
Mo.
up there, kitty cat portion of the show, real quick here. I think
So there you
have it. Here's my records.
Absolute favorite record of all time.
All right,
You have one more,
So-
right, Jules? We're gonna end
Yep,
this
yep.
segment on Jules here with her. Go ahead.
This is my number one, my very first album I ever owned. My dad actually took me to buy this when it came out. And as you can tell, it is worn and torn. I still play it on my turntable to today. One of the most amazing songwriters, musicians, and collaborators in the world. Carole
Carole
King's Tapestry.
Carole King, yeah.
Both Phil and I have shown that record at least
One of the
once.
most amazing albums. This is my
Right.
oldest album I own.
Performer, writer. I mean, there's so much about Carole King.
Activist.
Real.
Yeah,
This
for
woman is between her collaborations with James Taylor and numerous other artists, and she this was her breakout album, and my dad bought it for me. I wanted it. I heard it on the radio when I was like knee high and said I want that album, and we went and got it. And then it was my first album, and this will probably be buried with me.
Yeah. Carole King Tapestry.
This
I love it.
album is the most soulful, bluesy, rocky.
Feel good. Everything. It's everything.
This right here is my everything. I haven't touched on my second beside my C Train and this. I got one more, but I'm not gonna do it tonight.
All right. We gotta save that for next time we do records. So that's
Hands down.
45 records, folks, are about. We just showed there. Thanks for
That was
tuning in.
fun.
That's part of the
Hey,
show.
John. Hey,
Our good
John.
friend
Did
Derek
you
Carpenter.
see? Did
Don't
you
go
see my
anywhere yet,
link?
guys. I'm just gonna play the theme music and then we'll talk more.
Did you see my link on that YouTube link?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did, and it linked me to
It
another
came
link,
up.
which was them playing a live concert.
Can you play it a little bit and see what everybody thinks?
When you think
It's
about
not your
Pete Rosen, first of
typical.
all,
It's not your typical it's not your typical Willen, because Willen is usually slow and drawn, and this is upbeat and out of this world.
We got to watch what
Isn't
music
Willen-
we play. We get copyright issues. Well, we have to slide it in sometimes.
that's Willen.
I think Willen was written to be kind of slow and forlorn.
He's
But
talking-
then they do it, and then I never heard, because this is what I was growing up. I grew up with this version, and then when I got into bluegrass, and I'm sitting here listening not just to major acts, but also like Brown County acts, like the White Lightning Boys play it, and every time they play it, I just go, ugh. Because I know it fast. It's fast. I don't know. I will
They're all
never like
used
the
to that.
slow versions.
That's funny. That's awesome, Jules. I love it.
Never.
That's a new thing for
It's
me.
gonna always be C Train's version.
That's great. George Martin was in that band too. Oh goodness.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they were freaking amazing.
That's awesome. C Train.
Unreal band.
Freaking
Unreal band.
So we said it was cold in Indiana. You got
Yep,
sweat.
it's cold. We're
Nice here.
55.
It's like 70 here, probably 72 right where I'm at. Phil, what's it like where you're at?
Comfortable.
By Chicago, comfortable. So that's good. And then you said you're in Seattle, it's like 70 today.
Yes, Seattle is absolutely beautiful, sunny today.
That's awesome, man.
We're 55. We have rain coming in all weekend.
Yeah,
We finally got spring here.
It's
So
cold.
yeah, that's the
it's
weather report,
windy.
folks. If you're just checking in, this is week 152, Friday, April 28th, 7:15 p.m. on Friday
Around the
night.
United States, what's the weather
Watching
report?
Bill and Jon Zone.
It's
Yeah.
all good, everybody.
Bill and
Coast
Jon
to coast,
Zone.
Indiana to
Oh,
California.
yeah.
That's coast to coast,
Bill
right?
and Jon Zone. Oh
that's cool.
yeah.
152
anything fun?
shows, probably 156 if you add them all up.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
3 years worth of bullshit.
Yeah,
And,
so the next 2 weeks there won't be any shows. I gotta say that again. There are no shows next couple weeks. I'm going to Sugar Creek Family Jam next week, and then the following weekend we're going to Sustain Music
I'd say there's a fair amount of bullshit, but that's a good thing though.
And I think wasn't I not on one of your first shows, like the first few weeks?
Oh, you were in there pretty early. You and Tracy came on really early. And
Yeah.
like that was probably in the first 10 shows for sure.
Yay.
We made everybody from Vince Herman to Ben Wright to Wavy Dave to
Oh yeah.
to the guy what's it, Mike Lynch up in Canada to
Yep.
Damon Scruggs down in Louisiana to Jeff Blackman. Visalia every week.
guy from
Right.
Uganda.
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta give Blackman a shout out if I can, because
Oh, yeah,
he
he's
turned
probably
me on
out
to you
there.
guys.
He's been a supporter of our show for over 140 shows, so he's been here since
Good
pretty
guy
much the
sleeps.
beginning, and he's still watching. So now we're obligated for Jeffrey to keep doing these shows. We will.
Yay.
Yeah, he's cool
Whenever I'm
dude.
not here, I'll be out at the festival both weekends. The Sustain Music Festival is the second weekend in French Lick, Indiana, not far from you, Jules.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Yep.
Farmer and
Down
Arkansas,
south.
Fosterville.
Larry Bird country.
Yep.
So that's what I'm doing for the next 2 weeks. But I'll try to go live when I'm at those shows, at least a song or two, just so you know that we're still out there. I tried to get Phil to figure out how to do it on his telephone, or well, it was like the Facebook thing, like we go live on Facebook and I can add a friend, but it just never works out for us. It's so normally if we're not
We
together,
are old. It's too much technology for us.
it's just
You're
usually
right,
a button to
Jules.
push usually, but it's okay. I understand. You don't want to open it anyway. Long story short,
I could do
Can't do it a
anything,
lot of
but I
times,
just
we're
don't
away
need
from
to
town.
really do all that, you know?
It's cool. Everybody knows you're there. Guess what? They're taking a 2-week break. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
pretty much.
You
yeah,
know what,
every week,
Jules? We
every day.
won't. Somehow we'll see everybody next week. He's full of bullshit.
No, we've done a bunch of shows. It's been pretty fun. I'm excited.
The
for
dude will climb up a tree to get reception.
Wow. There's raccoons on the show. There's all kinds of fish and different kinds of lizards and things like that.
Who knows? We could be live together. next
We
week.
might be live together next. There's a 10% chance of that, but the other 90% says we probably won't. But hey, if you're a fan now, you'll be a fan in 3 weeks. I think if we haven't ruined it for you yet. But yeah, other than that, no, thank you guys for coming on the show. We'll let you guys go now, and if you want to say anything at the end of this, you say something if you like.
Thank you for having me, and
Thank you,
thank you
Jules.
for all of you. Nice to meet you, Spanky.
Nice to meet you too.
Excellent.
Did I win?
You did.
Oh,
Yeah,
who
who
won,
won? Who
No,
won?
no, Carol King's out.
I did.
Jules, get ready
Better not tell me Phil won.
Who won?
before you leave, Jules. Who won?
Dude, I was getting ready to say.
There's no prize, but I have to say
I
Carol
love
King
you, my
Tapestry was the secret word.
NPIs.
Everybody
There's no prize.
and Charlie
That's
Parr
it.
was
I'm out.
yeah,
I'm
that's
so
right. I
happy.
know.
Who
Charlie Parr was
won?
way up there too on our list, brother. Thank you for bringing the Charlie Parr to our brains.
There's
Again.
no winner.
All right, kids.
That's 5 records, folks.
Peace.
Love
Peace
you guys.
out.
Love you.
Nice to
Love
meet you
you
guys.
all so
Love
much.
you. We'll talk soon.
Later, John.
Who won?
He won. Sorry, Jules.
Who? God damn it, Janet.
We're gonna give you guys some Charlie Parker for a second
I
here.
forgot to let my dog outside. My dog.
Thank you, Jules. That was awesome.
No, there's some Charlie. Oh, Charlie.
We don't own the rights to this music, but enjoy.
Yeah, look at that.
Charlie's great.
Look at that. I got a nice picture with.
Ugh, love Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, I repeating, I've seen a lot of band, but he's one at a festival or wherever at a festival. I'm out of my way to go see him rather than
Yeah,
see-
I'm talking
Oh,
Charlie
yeah.
on the show.
unique.
Like when he would
unique,
come down
very
to
unique.
Nashville, we would like hightail it over because everyone wanted to see Charlie.
Yeah, unique.
We
Yeah.
always go to see Charlie.
Yeah, it's like all Grateful Dead fans. You don't have to say the Grateful Dead. You just say the
Yeah,
Dead.
you just
You
go.
don't-
You say
like
Charlie's
Charlie
gonna
Parr.
be
You don't
there.
have to say Charlie Parr. You
Say,
just go.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Charlie's gonna be there, and you go.
Here we go.
Yep.
Oh boy.
All right.
You guys are hilarious. You don't have to go anywhere, Jules. You don't want to. Buy a cheap wine.
You know what? I think that's the only shirt
Fine.
that is the only shirt he owns. I think. I think
yeah.
that's the only shirt.
I
I mean,
think-
that's
I
all
actually
about-
have seen him with a couple of others, but that one is a regular. Yeah,
Yep. Those shoes.
that's a regular.
That's Charlie.
And Charlie Parr, if you're out there paying attention, if this gets back to you copyright wise, come on the show. We need to
Love
get
you,
Charlie
Charlie.
on the show.
You know, if I reached out to him, you never know. I mean, we've had.
You know what? He's good enough to know that our show is probably crap and he probably won't be on it.
I mean, Adam Grohl from Horseshoes, and I know a lot of cats from Minnesota and Wisconsin. You know, I'm close to the border of Illinois, Wisconsin. I know a lot of these cats. And Charlie knows me. Hey, Charlie, we do this.
You should have no. We should have no problem getting him on there with you guys.
He's just dude, so good. It's so good.
It'd be great for him to get on and do a song or two.
Oh,
Oh,
Our best shows is when they actually play music.
ah.
Hey, Charlie.
I bet he would if you asked. I bet he would.
If you don't ask, you never know. And
Exactly, and it's
You have
more
to ask, you'll never
exposure
know,
for
too.
him. You know,
yeah,
you guys have a lot of fans with Phil and Jon Zone, and there may be people out
do?
there. Who's
do?
you've
Charlie
been drinking
Parr?
too much wine, Jules.
Shush.
I'm listening to Charlie Park for the next 2 weeks now. Every time I put on one of his songs, I have to listen to him for like 2 weeks straight.
He's played. So I've seen him solo, and then I saw him with the guy, and then now he's got a guy and a girl. I've seen him in three
You know what
different.
we're doing right now? We're talking while
Got a
the
girl
music's
with
on.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked pretty much the whole performance.
There's my pup. Did you go outside? You got to go potty or what? What? You hungry? You gotta wait. I forgot I had something. I've been cooking a roast in the oven for 8 hours. What? Here. Say hello. Hey, everybody. There's Charlie. There's Jules. There's John. Say hello.
Hey, Chester.
Hey, Jess.
He's saying, feed me, let me outside. And he just looks at me and will stare. All right. I have to return. Come on, let's go.
But I'm just saying, it's cheap wine. Cheap wine. They ain't no better than these poor bums coming in here to buy the cheap wine.
I didn't realize the connection between you drinking wine and Charlie singing about some wine. It's perfect.
I know.
And
It's
in the
cheap
kitty cup.
wine. And I know this song and it's
He's
beautiful.
touching. He's got sister.
I love this song. I love Charlie. Ugh, what a great, what a
Yeah,
great,
that's it.
what a great, what a great man, what a great.
Thanks to Eric Carpenter for bringing that record out. He actually kind of won because I actually got the other page loaded up where you can buy that album over here too. I'm gonna check it out here in a few minutes and
What a great.
get that because that's that Charlie Parr. I'm telling you, that's it. When all I have to do is like just look at it once, and I'll be listening to him for a week. It's so good. Soul of the dog, a soul of the soul, a soul is a soul. He writes some great, amazing lyrics and touching stuff.
He's amazing.
Charlie Parr, if you're friends with Charlie Parr, go ahead and tell him that you should be on Phil and Jon Zone with us some week coming up. And I think he would come on the show, but like I said during his performance, he probably is just too damn good to know that our show will be crap, and he doesn't want to be on our crappy show.
Oh, you're not, but you gotta try. There's.
I know. I
Yeah.
get discouraged because I've asked a handful of people that I really would like to be on the show. I asked Steve Pulse to be on the show, and I asked, of course, we asked Todd Snyder like 3 times, and there's some people that just downright say no right away. They're like, "You know what?
Then guess what? They say
No,
no,
that's
and you
fine."
move
I
on.
asked the lead singer of the Dead Milkmen, one of the guys from the Dead Milkmen, to be on the show, and he said no, but he responded. So they all respond, but they don't
They all
always
respond,
go,
but
you know.
that's better than just like ignoring.
So I'm not gonna like give up on Charlie Parr. I'll put that in the writings for a future
Yeah.
show. So a nice note and see what he's up to, and send him a picture of the art I drew of him one time way back when. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, so that's it. You know, I don't know. We're here with Jules and the Jules and Jon Zone. Friday,
Jules and Jon Zone.
7:25 p.m. Central Time with our friend Eric Carpenter dropped in tonight to do the record, and our friend Jules dropped in to do the record for the stew. And now she's just part of the show. When Phil gets back,
It's
we
a
may have
Jules and
another game
Jon
to play.
Zone now.
We might
Bye,
have
Phil.
when Phil gets back, we might have another game to play. We'll see what mood he's in when he comes back. Before the show, he was eating vegetables. We'll just say before the show. So he's enjoying himself. Let's put it that
Hi,
way.
Oliver.
Yeah, because he ate his
Nope.
veggies.
Hi, buddy.
That's gone. That's okay. It's Friday night.
Hi,
We're just
bud.
gonna have campfire tomorrow night. Everyone's invited.
Hey.
No,
Something I want to say real quick, and I know it's a few days or a week or 2 off. Give my Miss Emily a big birthday hug.
yeah, you just missed it. It was just happened the other day. That's fine. Yeah,
Yep.
she.
Give her a big birthday hug from me. Hi, I'm Monroe.
Well, something I haven't even talked about yet. I guess we could talk about it. Is yesterday morning I decided not to do Facebook for 24 hours, and this is on.
I
Facebook.
saw that, and you were not on.
I came back on one time, and right after I put the post up, and then I said the hilarious dude at the front said, "Oh, but you already posted, haha, you know, whatever." But then I didn't react to it all day. I didn't turn it back on until after 12 o'clock today. So I actually went like 26 to 28 hours without Facebook, and he felt really good. I was in a really good mood. I didn't have any stress or anxiety or like I was just felt very light. And I went out. Now listen, this is on Facebook, so I guess I shouldn't be saying that about Facebook, but it really it does us good every now and then to not look at it all the time. And this
You
my
know,
PSA.
I still look at it, and I haven't, because as you know, you were saying like for like the last so many months, I've been posting
Sure.
like 2-3 a day of pictures, and then about 3 weeks ago, I kind of cut off. And I have been actually before that, I've been slammed with work. I work from home. I'm on the phones all the time. I've been slammed, and I've also been working on the weekends last, couple months. I've been working here and there on the weekends, full weekends. So I'm not posting like I used to.
Yeah.
And I'm not even looking at it because I'm so busy with the phones, but now it's starting to slow down.
Yeah.
But
I think
it
it's great.
does. It's and when I'm working on the weekends, I'm not on Facebook. I don't post. I'm not on there. I'm too busy. I don't have time. I'm working 11 and a half hours on a Saturday and Sunday. And I get home and I'm just like,
Yeah, Thursday's a no Facebook day, John.
I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try.
You know
it.
what?
Funny
Hey,
guy.
can we make this a thing for all of us? Thursday is no
Thursday.
It's good and
Thursday,
bad.
no Facebook day.
Well-
Does another day rhyme with it better?
Well, certain
No
people use it
Facebook
a
Thursday,
different way.
no Thursday Facebook. So I don't know. I didn't want to start like a trendy thing or a hashtag or something like that. but
No, I
decided
think we
it's a good
should,
idea.
John. I think it's groovy.
Like one day a week, just don't even look
It's
at
groovy,
it. Don't look at
John.
it at all. And you know, we went outside. We and Amy went for a nice walk. We had a good dinner. It was a good day. We watched some TV. All the stuff that we did throughout the course of that. It just felt good not to be on it for a day. You know, I don't know. And I don't,
Well, that's what sounds best. Like no Facebook third. I mean,
It's too
you
late
gotta
now.
think of it.
Well,
I'm not saying you
Make-
shouldn't be on
make it a
Facebook. You should be
pleasure.
watching our show, and you should be telling grandma it's in the other room and stuff like that. You know.
we wouldn't have.
I always tell them to get grandma out the other room. We're on the
You
air.
would
But I think
talking
it's
to us,
cool. I think it's
Jules.
a cool idea.
You would
take
not-
one day off a week.
No,
No, no,
I think that makes us more of a cult.
no.
Well,
Well-
that makes us almost all the way cult.
okay, Monday.
Yeah, Monday. We are-
Monday, no Facebook. Monday.
You pick your own day. And the idea is you pick your own day, and if you just decide you want to take 24 hours
The
off.
alphabet game could be a band or a name with a day in it.
Ooh,
What? You're crazy.
ooh.
That's limited as hell. Are you serious?
Limited as hell.
Okay,
Or no. No, I'm thinking of.
I can
No,
think
no.
of a lot of songs that have the day of the week in them. Tuesday comes in a few songs.
No, not. That's not what I meant. We have a lot of.
Rainy days and
in our
Mondays
neighborhood-
always get me down. Like
Mondays.
the
I hate Mondays
Carpenters.
by Boomtown Rats.
One of my favorite all-time songs.
Don't like Mondays.
Don't like Mondays. It's not I hate Mondays. I don't like Mondays. Yeah.
Sunday, I'm in love. The Cure.
Oh,
Tuesday afternoon, the movie blues.
Oh,
Tuesday. Yeah, this little kid was this giant motorized.
Well, you're gonna go back to that. You could say 10:15 Saturday night by The Cure.
Saturday night's all right for fighting.
I
Saturday
would be
night's all
intrigued to
right,
see
all
the Cure
right,
up
all
close.
right.
I'm intrigued to see big bands like the Cure or something up close and see what their gig is.
I don't want to see Robert Smith up that close.
Well,
15th row or back,
I-
maybe. No offense.
well,
Robert.
I want to see if it's just like a production, like U2 probably is. Are they really playing, or is it just all dubbed and
I think they're really playing.
wire and
gotta get
electronic?
around
to they're
to
really
it.
playing,
Play
too.
the
Bill's
guitar.
convinced that U2 doesn't really play.
See,
And there is
I don't-
there is stuff to back that up because The Edge was in this great documentary called It Might Get Loud. And it was with Jack White,
Mhm.
Jimmy Page, and The Edge. Three great guitar players from our youth. And
Mhm.
our new
right.
Jack White. And Jimmy Page came out and played something, showed him how he played something, and Jack White showed you how to play something. Then Edge came out and he couldn't figure out how to do the setting for the song he wanted to play. Like there's a guy behind the amp that turns it to number 26, and that's still
Yeah.
haven't found what I'm looking for. You know, and then he turns it to number 53, and that's where the streets have no name.
watch the Rolling Stones.
So there's something to be
there's
said maybe about
guitarists
that,
in the
but-
background. You know, Hey,
Well,
I mean, there's certain bands.
hey.
I'm not knocking. They deserve what they got, but then don't do it. I want to see live bands that just.
Tuesday's Gone by the Skinner. You know, you got Ruby Tuesday by the Stones. You got
Stones.
Tuesday
Mhm.
afternoon, I already called that one by Modern or by Muddy, or you know what I'm talking about, Muddy Blues.
Mm.
And Saturday night's all right. You got that one. Yeah, Sunday morning coming
Hey.
down.
Yeah.
Come on, keep going. Thursday.
My dog.
Can't stand that
I said the
day.
word.
I don't know any Thursday songs.
There are
I think we've hit a lot
How
of
many
the-
can we
a lot
think of?
I think we've hit a lot of the days of the week songs. I'm just trying to think of more.
Always a SATURDAY.
D-A-Y. Hey, S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y. Hey. Bay City Rollers, man.
Yeah.
Love my Bay City Rollers.
Christmas in prison because Christmas is the day. I guess.
No, not yet.
Christmas is not a day. It's not a day of the week.
day of the year. What?
It's on the day of the week. It doesn't count, it doesn't qualify.
So now what, Phil? I don't think that's going to work for ABCs, but it was trying to guess a bunch. That's almost as good as the
It's
ABC.
7:30 already. We've been on for an hour and a half, you know.
I know.
Because I'm here. You guys love to be with me.
What she said.
I love and miss you guys so much.
We love you too, man. It's always good to see you. Always good to see you, Jewel.
So glad Miss Amy walked in because I was gonna say, hey, give my Amy a hug and kiss. And she came in and was like, whoa.
She's
That just made my night. That just made my night.
she
I
hangs
love
out
my
back-
Miss Amy.
Backstage of things. Hey, Meg's
It's a,
Hathaway
face,
checking in.
it's a
and Will
Facebook
Dwyer.
thing. It's
Yeah.
also a bogus thing that I don't like this thing, but it's a good way to communicate.
too.
But I rather.
Let's see, some of our friends are out there watching right now. At least one of them. Well, that's on my phone. Never mind.
You have
That's what I
one
thought
friend
that's on my
watching.
phone.
You have one friend. Yeah, that's yourself.
I got a
Who's
big-
out there? I can't see it because
No, those numbers
are.
those numbers aren't real anyway because it gets shared in a bunch of places, so people watch it all over the place. But it's going all the way to Japan tonight, so stay
Hey,
tuned.
Japan. Hey,
When we
Send
win,
everyone.
we're either moving to Japan or we're from Japan. Or I gotta say tonight also that we are sponsored by the Riverview Mansion, the Riverview Mansion Hotel. We have a sponsor, folks.
Yes,
and
we
you
do.
gotta check them out. It's in Southern Illinois, the Golconda area, down towards the Shawnee area. Down there.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your support, and we hope to make it down there. Me and John are gonna do a show down there. Who
Building up
knows
to a
when?
big special show at the hotel. We're gonna do with live music and we'll see what happens. You know,
We're
with
gonna.
Tony.
We're gonna
Ooh,
send
I'd
it-
like to go.
There's like
Check it
10
out,
bedrooms
Jules.
in this giant house. It's right on the river in this little tiny town. It's a neat place. Got to go check it out if you can. Get a hold of
No, I love the riverboat in the background.
yeah, that's right on the Ohio.
Love the
Get a
riverboat.
hold of Tony and Beth at GoKindOfMansion.com. Book yourself a room. Tell me saw it on the Phil and Jon Zone. I think they'll give you a discount. That's what they want to do. He's talking about giving me a whole case of booze next week. So maybe
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
well,
maybe
too
that's on the
late
down
now.
low. He has a really nice little bar there called the Levy Lounge around the side.
You
So
gotta
we'll
share-
give
gotta
give
share
Tony,
with
thanks,
me.
Tony. The Riverview Mansion Hotel, Port Golconda. Anyway,
What
that's
color wine, red or white?
technical stuff, you know.
Red, always
Okay.
red.
Red,
always red.
red wine.
I like wine too.
Red wine.
Exactly what's going on here. Here we go.
Say those to me. Yeah. Okay,
And,
enough of me singing.
love you, John. Love you, Phil and Jon Zone, and signing off. It's the Phil and Jon Zone. We can do whatever we want.
Yes, I put this on like Winchester.
I'm out of here. I'm going to the other side of the Phil and Jon Zone. Thanks for coming on the show. Much love, peace.
You're fired.
Cluster Puck. Cluster Puck. And
Tonight's show is brought to you by Charlie Parr and his amazing voice.
Yeah,
So
Charlie.
write songs with. Go
I
check out
put it in
Charlie
my
Parr,
notes.
man.
My notes don't always work, but
Ernie Hill.
Oh, Ernie Hill for till the end of time. We love
Ernie
Ernie Hill.
Hill, my babe, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy.
Charlie.
Yep, there's
Char-
Charlie.
Hey, I'm Charlie Parr. Here's some songs for
Charlie
you.
Par- what, buddy? Come on, come on,
Yeah, John.
come on.
That's a hit.
Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, thank you. Let's go out there. Let's go get him.
I think that's
Go get him. Go get him, boys.
Buddy.